The terrifying mummy before him passed right through the doctor's body and walked straight toward the man in the suit ahead. The doctor knew the man would die in 66 seconds. He immediately asked him to describe what the mummy looked like, but the doctor needed more details because only by figuring out the creature's features could they have a chance to save the next victim. The man froze the moment he heard this. He realized he had already been completely abandoned and ignored everything the doctor asked, planning to survive on his own terms.
I confess all my sins. I give you all my worldly goods. Only, please.
The man collapsed and died on the spot. This was already the fourth death in the space train. The first was an elderly man who had just turned 100. The second was the train chef. The third was a crew member. Everyone who had seen the mummy died suddenly 66 seconds later. The entire train fell into panic, but the doctor found something the victims had in common. The first victim was the oldest. The second had a serious blood disease. The third had long suffered from kidney problems. The fourth man in the suit seemed healthy, but carried severe psychological trauma from a car accident. This meant the mummy always targeted the most vulnerable first. The captain panicked the moment he heard this. He had fought in a war and had been tormented by psychological trauma ever since. And just as he said that, the mummy appeared. It slowly walked toward the captain. The doctor immediately told him to describe the creature, but the captain refused to listen. He pulled out his gun and fired wildly into the air. It had no effect at all. The next second, the mummy was right in front of him. The 66-second countdown ended. The captain died on the spot. Another precise 66 seconds. The doctor still could not figure out why the mummy always waited exactly 66 seconds before striking. Then he suddenly thought of a possibility. He immediately scanned the body with a sonic screwdriver. Every cell in the captain's body had been drained of energy. The creature was not killing people directly. It survived by absorbing human energy, and completing the entire absorption process took exactly 66 seconds. Also because of a phase shift effect, only the chosen victim could see what it looked like. The doctor calculated further and realized Maisie would likely be the next target. She had just lost her mother and was in extreme grief. Sure enough, when Maisie arrived at the scene, she turned and saw the mummy right away. At the critical moment, the doctor pulled out a device. He transferred all of Maisie's negative emotions onto himself. In an instant, the mummy vanished from Maisie's sight. Then it turned and slowly walked toward the doctor, but the doctor looked excited because at this very moment, he finally saw the creature's true form with his own eye. A tall figure wrapped in bandages, looking like a walking corpse. Soon the doctor noticed another detail. The symbol on the mummy's chest matched the pattern on the scroll beside it exactly. He immediately figured out that was not a scroll at all. It was an ancient military flag. The mummy before him had once been a soldier. Thousands of years ago, he was badly wounded in war. Later, he was turned into a test subject by mad scientists. They implanted weapons and devices throughout his body. Perhaps for him, true release was no longer about staying alive.
We surrender!
Zero.
I can see it again!
Do I start the clock?
No. You're a relieved soldier.